Leo, welcome to your December reading. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is a general reading for Leo. For December, I have a couple of questions for Spirit. The first one is, what gifts does the universe have for you this holiday season? What gifts does the universe have for Leo this holiday season? And the second question is, how do we get better at receiving? Okay, many of us are quite good at giving, but when it comes to receiving, we're a little awkward. There might be different reasons for different people. And my question for Spirit is really, what is it that Leo can do to be better at receiving? What is it that Leo needs to be aware of or to work on to improve their receiver game? You know, there's sometimes a number of different issues can come up for folks around receiving. So we're just going to try to give a little guidance for you today around that question. We'll be pulling a bunch of other cards as well. But for now, let's say that these 6 cards from the Modern Witch Tarot are where we'll start. The top 3 addressing the first question, the bottom 3 addressing the second question. And I'll be pulling clarifying cards from the Harmonious Tarot, which is a little mini deck that I have. Then I'll pull some cards from the Faeries Oracle, the Enchanted Map Oracle, and an affirmations deck called The Universe Has Your Back. All of those will be mentioned in the notes as well. So I'm just going to shuffle these up a little bit because I forgot to do that earlier. 6 of Wands. There is victory coming for you. There is a sense that you have had some sort of accomplishment and you're getting a little bit of public acclaim for that this month, Leo. So that's a nice gift. The Knight of Wands is coming in next, and that's bringing an energy of action and adventure, of fearlessness. It might be time for you to become more adventurous. If you aren't naturally that way, one of your gifts from Spirit during December might be opportunities where you get to be more brave, or you get to take on a new daring challenge. Judgment is your 3rd gift, and this is quite nice. This is a culmination, you know, a reckoning, a full consideration of the gifts that are due to you for good deeds done in the past. So that's quite nice. We have under there in the second row, my question is, how do we become more gracious at receiving? And what I'm seeing here first is the 2 of Wands. That is, generally speaking, to making decisions and planning, forming new goals. The King of Swords, which is a very analytical energy. It can be a you know, a situation where you really think very much with your head, not your heart. Very disciplined energy, focused on the truth. Maybe just a little ambivalent about the fact that you are intellectually gifted. You know, feeling maybe a little awkward about that sometimes. And the Sun, which is joy and real positivity coming in here at the end. So how are these things blocking you from being a good receiver? Well, I kind of get this sense that people aren't sure what to give you, first off, because they see you as someone who has so much already. They see you as a joyful person and accomplished, you know, and very smart. And they feel that you're smarter than they are, and they aren't really sure how, you know, what they could give you that would be of value to you. In this energy, now this is more intuition than specific definitions of the energies of each of the cards. But what I'm sensing is when someone is trying to give to you, you have one foot out the door. And let me explain that. I get the sense from this card that this person, cell phone in hand, isn't really present, is already looking toward the future, is already thinking of tomorrow, and it's hard to receive gifts in the present moment if you're not in it. So I'm sensing that this is someone who is blocked from receiving all of these great gifts, this awareness, the truth, the adventurous spirit that, is maybe not a planner, right? This isn't about planning. This is about capturing the moment and running with it. This, I think the challenge in your truly receiving the gifts the universe or anyone else wants to give you is that you have this forward bias. You're always looking forward to the next thing. What's next? How am I going to get there? Making your plan very efficiently, I might say. You get where you're going. You're sitting on a throne here. You are happy. But this all could be a protection. This all could be you saying, I don't need gifts. I got this. I'm going to take care of myself. If I need something, I'll get it for myself. Don't worry about it. I got plenty of resources. I've got a plan. I'm going to work it. And whether you intend it to or not, that's you telling anyone who wants to give you a gift, including the universe, no thanks. Subconsciously saying, I'm too uncomfortable with the idea of you giving me a gift to open myself to receive it. So maybe that speaks to some of you. Maybe that makes sense to some of you. If it's not making any sense, this isn't you I'm picking up on. This isn't your reading, because that's a very subtle energy, and unless it's your situation, unless it's your block that keeps you from being able to fully receive comfortably the gifts that others give you, then it's not going to sound familiar to you, okay? I don't know another way to say it, and I do feel a sense right now that for those of you that it speaks to, you've gotten it. There's a connection to that message. Let me pull, Leo, a few clarifiers for you, okay? Let's see if there's any further clarification on your gifts from the universe. Any further clarification on Leo's gifts from the universe in December? Further clarification on Leo's gifts from the universe in December? I didn't think there was going to be any. There's one. Ooh, I just dropped it on the floor. Hold on. Leo, it is the 5 of Swords, clarifying your gifts from the universe. And this is unbridled ambition, wanting to win at all costs. It seems like that might actually be a good quality for you. There's something about that that's being rewarded. Sometimes that can have a bit of a negative taste to it. In your case, that's not what I'm sensing here. Yeah, I think here your it's more a dedication than anything untoward, and you're being rewarded for it, which is great. Let's see if there are any clarifications on the blocks to being a gracious receiver. Any clarifications on the blocks to being a gracious receiver? We have just a couple. We have the Chariot, and we have the 10 of Cups. So, yeah, kind of what we were saying. You're always moving. You're always moving forward. You're always looking toward the future. The Chariot is very much a card of movement, controlled forward motion. You're in control. You decide where you're going. It doesn't leave much room for anyone to, unless they sort of stand in front of the Chariot and get run over, to stop you and give you a gift, right? The Ten of Cups is a wonderful energy. I mean, this is inner happiness and fulfillment, dreams coming true. It is contentment of the heart. Goes very nicely with the Sun card, but it also could be a situation where people feel like you just have everything already, and that what could they possibly give somebody who is so gifted and has such a fulfillment already. It also could be, if it's not that others see you that way, it could be you feeling that you've already gotten so much in this life that you're not comfortable with people giving you gifts because you don't need them. Could be that as well. Someone else had a similar type of read in their interpretation. I'm going to pull one of the Enchanted Map Oracle cards just to get a little bit more guidance for December for you. Could be related to what we've just read, or could be unrelated. I'm not certain. Let's see what we have. We have the Wishing Well, number 48. That breaks down to a 3 ultimately, I think, which is first steps, growth, development. Let me read you from the book. Maybe 48 is relevant for some of you. Desire is the sacred impulse of life. Feel it, but let go of all attachments to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. And now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration. And you do have quite a few wands here, which is desire and passion. You're sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate, or are conceiving a baby, or an idea. The Wishing Well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the Wishing Well, and then trust in spirit and prepare to be amazed. I'm also going to pull one of the Faeries Oracle cards for you. Oh, it's 3, so I'm going to put those back. We'll just take one. Oh, that gnome. Number 26. Oh, that gnome. It's kind of cute little dude. 26 breaks down to an 8. And 8s are about the intellect, beating some obstacles, using your brain. And we have been talking a little bit about the intellectual aspects of yourself and how they may be blocking you to some extent in the realm of giving. Oh, that gnome. Trickster, creative chaos, wild gifts, breaking habits and patterns. So he's bringing some gifts as well. It's time to leap into the air, letting the earth turn beneath you and discover where you come down. It sort of harkens back to this being adventurous, huh? Oh, I've made it go out of, yeah, there we go. Reasonable risks are okay. Even unreasonable risks are probably okay. Use your head and look before you leap, of course, but do so understanding that the actual jump is likely to be very rewarding. No guarantees, but then there are really never any anyway. No matter how pretty the paper they seem to be printed on, and the scroll work around the edge. In a reading, the presence of the gnome tells us that forces of chaos are at work. Things may not be as they seem, and this may very well be a good thing. Look for the unexpected, find the opportunity in it, and go for it. He says that no matter how confused things may seem, there is a way to make them better. But it is a creative way, one you haven't tried before. And he says that you should think amazing new thoughts. So, some fresh ideas coming in, Leo. I'm going to pull one card from this deck of affirmation cards. The universe has your back. Let's see what we have. For December, for you, Leo, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. That's wonderful, huh? I hope you have a fantastic December. I may be doing some recordings focused around energies for the new year a little later this month, in addition to the January reads, of course. And the weeklies will be posting, so I hope that you enjoy your month. I'd love to have feedback. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes to the channel. They are most appreciated. And we'll see you next time, Leo. Blessings.